Hello everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler and this is Bloodbraid Zoo. Now, we have played Naya Company in the past, sort of a Naya Zoo deck. This is a mashup of that and sort of a more traditional Zoo deck with, our new best friend in Modern, Bloodbraid Elf. I told you I was going to play a lot of Bloodbraid Elves in the format, and you know what? We're going to keep it up because I love this card and it's just really good. And as it turns out, it's been better than Jace in this format. But it turns out you don't want so many 4-drops. So this Naya Company deck is sort of just now a Bloodbraid deck, but we're still playing a couple companies here for value. Now, walking through the creatures, basically we're an aggressive deck. As you can see, we're playing Wild Nacatl, so I guess we have all the formerly banned cards in this deck. Nacatl, of course, was banned for a few years for really no reason at all. It's a very odd ban, but whatever. This kitty is back, this Elf Berserker is back, and they play pretty well together. So Noble Hierarchs and Wild Nacatls at the 1-drop spot. Nacatl's always going to be a 3/3 in this deck. Scavenging Ooze and Voice of Resurgence at the 2-drop spot. A lot of value in those creatures, eating the graveyards, gaining life. And of course, this makes counter spells and board wipes and that sort of thing pretty bad, and it's just good in combat. Qasali Pridemage is one of my favorite cards to play in these sort of decks because it has Exalted. It's a 2/2, so it comes in, it can attack for 3 on its own, but you also have these curves where you go Hierarch into Pridemage, and all of a sudden you're swinging with a 4/4 out of your 2-drop, and that's pretty good. Not to mention it has utility. You can destroy artifacts or enchantments with it. It has a lot of value in just this small little, just this old common from Alara Reborn. It's very nice, though. Onto the 3-drop spot. Knight of the Reliquary, just an absolute house in this deck. Got some fun ones to search up as well with Kessig Wolf Run, pump your team. Horizon Canopy, you need to draw a card. Gavany Township, pump the entire team, I suppose. Ghost Quarter for a little bit of synergy against the big mana decks you need to hit. Now, also we have, this is a fun one too, Renegade Rallier. Easy to trigger Revolt in this deck with the 1, 2, 10 fetch lands plus Horizon Canopy or Ghost Quarter in a pinch, but you can get a card back, and it can be a Ghost Quarter or Horizon Canopy, for instance. But it's also just going to be Voice of Resurgence, Pridemages, and so on. Renegade Rally are very, very good card at 3-drop spot. Along with Knight of the Reliquary and Thalia I can't never say this word. I just can't ever say this. Thalia Heretic Cathar. It's because it's heretical. That's the reason it gets me. But it is Thalia Heretic Cathar. I really like it in this sort of decks as well. This was not in the original list I found, but this is really just a great card, and it's really nice in this deck. It makes your creatures and non-basic lands opponents control on your battlefield tapped. Has a lot of synergy with this deck because we want to be attacking. Bloodbraid you want to be aggressive, and this makes the creatures come into play tap. Not to mention it's a 3-mana, 3-power first striker on its own, so a lot of value there. Plus, completely hose them if they have fetch lands. So, Lingering Souls. What's a good hit off Cascade on Bloodbraid Elf? It's Lingering Souls. So, Lingering Souls is just always very good, basically, and just gives you some built-in grindy matchup insurance right here. And then of course companies will tie it all together. Now you'll notice, so this deck has 26 creatures, 4 of which you cannot hit off collect company. So we have 22 hits off company. So it's maybe, I don't know what the actual number you want is. I do know that these decks typically have 25 or so creatures you can hit off company. But again, this is weird. This deck isn't built around company. It's just sort of a value collected company 4-drop to get a little more top end to the deck. So that's the main deck. Pretty good. Now the sideboard, I'm going to do this one for fun just because I hope it works. I've never actually done this in Modern, although I really should. Basically, in my opinion, any deck that is playing Knight of the Reliquary should play Bojuka Bog in the sideboard because there's nothing like your Storm opponent casting Past in Flames and you responding with Knight of the Reliquary, fetch up Bojuka Bog out of nowhere to kill their graveyard. It's just a really good one. We do need to cut something from the sideboard here. I'll cut the Selfless Spirit, I guess. I don't know. But we have Path to Exiles where we need Removal, Ancient Grudges for the artifact decks, of course. Scatic Teague, this little anti-synergy here with our collected company, but probably won't come up that often. You can play this against the control decks and so on. Just absolutely hoses things like Supreme Verdict. Non-creature spells with X can't be cast, and non-creature spell with a converted mana cost 4 or greater can't be cast. It's very powerful. Thalia against Storm, combo decks, that sort of thing, control decks where you just need to tax them out a little bit. Grim Lavamancer for the mid-range battles, which Fiery Justice is 4/2. Now this is a really fun one as well. Naya Colors, it deals 5 damage divided as you choose among creatures and or players. So, and then target opponent gains 5 life. So they gain 5 life. that's not great. I mean, we're trying to kill him, right? But you can just absolutely devastate a board of Merfolk or 5-color humans or something like that with Fiery Justice. Tyler's Tracker for the grinding matchup. Same with Dahmer Ray. Just nice little Planeswalker. Works very well with all your creatures. And Kitchen Finks as well when you need the life gain. And again, if you just want to grind out some opponents, you know, that is what we want. We can aggro people out and we can play the board, you know, the board position game with this deck very well. What the deck does not necessarily do well is crush, you know, control or combo, or basically combo. But there's a lot of decks that are pretty good against like Storm, for instance, right now, and that means that things like this are sort of picking up the slack here. Now, I'm not sure about the big mana matchup either, but you know what, Gaddock Teeg's pretty good there too. So here we go. This is a collected company zoo, Bloodbraid Elf zoo, whatever you want to call it. Naya Bloodbraid Company. I'm in. Let's play it. This is Mighty Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler. Thank you for watching.